Good morning, everyone. I'm Greg. Welcome to Buckeye Freight Railing. It's about 51 degrees. Had some storms, severe storms run through last night. Had a tornado warning at my house, but just the radar indicated, didn't develop into anything. I know we had some tornadoes over in central Illinois, and but everybody's fine so far. And this is the next morning. It's very windy. That's why I'm doing my intro here, because you might hear a lot of wind noise with my camera today. So just want to warn you for that. But we got X141 coming, I believe. So stay tuned, guys. See what we can get. Thanks for watching. And that is the infamous house on the hill where everybody wants to live. If you're new here, this is the Norfolk Southern Dayton district. And that down there is the CSX Toledo sub. So just to let you know where we are here, Miamisburg, Ohio. And we got X141 coming, so stay tuned. I think I hear him. I hear the rumble. Coming at you. Near the end. All right, that is a pretty short X141, 222 axles. All right, looking at the signals down there on the Dayton district, you got a red over red. We could have an eastbound coming. Stay tuned, guys, we'll find out. All right, guys, this is Norfolk Southern 278, Kansas City, Missouri to Norfolk, Virginia. Coming at you. Love that sound. All right, guys, I apologize. That wasn't me shaking. That is the wind. We're having some pretty good gusts. All right, nice train. I haven't seen him in a while. All right, guys, thanks for watching. All right, about 2.5 hours later, we finally got a train. It's been very slow here today. Very slow. But this is M506, Cincinnati to Walbridge, Ohio. Sounds like he's motoring. See what he's got today. Oh yeah. All right, there you go, M506 going to Walbridge, Ohio. I think we're going to get a little local coming up here soon. Stay tuned. All right, here comes Smoky L04. Franklin local coming up. Long hood forward. Moving it on out. Looks like he's got about 6, 7 cars on there. Ooh, look at her go. All right, you might have missed it because of me, but there was a Sioux line right behind the locomotive. All right, guys, thanks for watching.